Hey everyone! Today I'm making a mini slimline card, so I'm just trimming my cardstock down to 6 inches by 6 inches. And then I will get out my scoreboard and I will score it at the 3-inch mark. And then I will fold it over and use my bone folder to burnish it. And I have a whole bunch of strips of paper scraps that I wanted to use, and I wasn't quite sure. I thought I'd go like vertically down the card, but they weren't quite long enough, so I decided to go diagonally. And then I have some pieces of a flower that hasn't been assembled yet that I used on a previous video. It's from Elizabeth Craft Design. So I've got all the different pieces there, and I am just using a stylus on some craft foam to give some dimension to the petals. So I'm just getting all of those done, and then I will start assembling the flower. But I've made several mini slimline cards over the last while, but I don't think I've ever done a video on them. So I thought this would be fun to do. Plus, I really wanted to use up some of the scraps. I've got scrap cardstock everywhere. And then, like I said, I've had this flower just from a few videos ago. And I am going to make this one into a Christmas card. So I'll just throw my little foam thing off to the side and get out my glue press and start adhering the little bits of the flower together. This flower layers up so nicely. I think there's 6 different sizes of the petals, so you can make like a really big flower with all of them, or you can do smaller with just a few layers. It's quite versatile. And then I'm just going to line things up a little bit just to get kind of an idea so that I could see where I wanted to stamp a sentiment. So I chose the one that says Merry and Bright, and it is from Simple Stories, The Holiday Life stamp set. So I'm just going to get that out, and I am going to stamp it with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And then I'm also going to stamp a Christmas greeting on the inside, and I chose the one that says Wishing You the Warm and Wonderful Blessings of Christmas, and it is from Stampendous. What's the package called? 'Tis the Season. And also stamping that with the VersaFine Clair Nocturne. So now it is time to actually put everything together. I have so many different strips of cardstock, and I keep them because you never know when you want to use them. And I wasn't quite sure at the beginning of this video what to use, but I decided just on 2 gold strips and a black strip. And you can see one of the gold ones was a little thick, so I just was cutting it down a little bit and kind of figuring out the placing. I'm happy with that. So I will go ahead and glue those strips down. Are you also one of those crafters who finds it really hard to throw away even the tiniest little scraps of paper because you think you just might be able to use it? And oftentimes I can. Anyways, just trimming off the excess there. And then I'm going to glue the flower down. And then I have some Winsor & Newton gold ink, and I just wanted to splatter some gold all over, getting the flower and part of the white of the card. Just give it that little extra. And once I quickly wipe up the excess splatter there, I'm going to bring in some water droplet gems, and I just want to add a small little gem in the center of the flower. And with that, this card is done. So I'm going to hold it up so you can see the splatter there. As it dries more, it'll be even a little bit more sparkly. It's a really pretty ink. And then I'll add a couple of still shots here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful, peaceful day.